What's up, what's up, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to TD Fans Talk, guys. I'm going to give y'all a little bit of into the room, man. I'm so hyped. I'm so pumped. Today, man, we got some good news out of Miami Dolphins camp. I'm just excited about everything I heard today by O'Shea, and the offense and the defensive coordinator, man. I'm just pumped, man. What's good? What up, Pete? First one in the building. Sax Killer, what's up? What up, Vicky S? Biggest Dolphin fan ever too. What's up? Carlos in the house, y'all. Man, y'all don't know, man. I'm excited, man. Just good stuff, man. Just heard some good stuff today. Those little interviews, man, they were everything for me, man. They were everything, man. I'm excited about this season coming up, y'all. We're going to talk about it, man. And we're going to play some of what we heard today. And we're going to talk about how I read through what was being said, man. Oh, what did you hear? We about to play it. We're about to play it. I'm about to play it in about 30 seconds, man. It feels good to be a Dolphin today. Yes, it does, baby. What up, Bahamas Dolphins? Rip Tupac in the house. It's been good, man. Just more of the same, packing and getting stuff done, making sure my vehicles and everything taken care of for the move. TD, I'm in the house. E-Man. What up with you, Edward? Shout out to you. King Blue Gaming, what's up, man? All right, man. Let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Hey, hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Please hit that like button. What's up, TD? Sounds like Flores hired some smart coaches. Oh, I'm ready, baby. Hey, you already know, man. I'm excited, man. Patriots won the Super Bowl. We know I seen the interview. I'm so hyped for the season. Me too, man. We're going to talk about the offensive coordinator's interview and the defensive coordinator's interview. Shout out to you, Vicky S, for the donation. Everybody who donated this channel, thank you so much. Vicky said, always supporting my favorite channel. That's right, Vicky. I appreciate you for supporting me. And stay tuned, man. Bigger and better things as time goes. Man, new coaches seem smart and professional. Man, let's get into it, man. Let me turn off this All-Star game, man. It's boring anyway. But anyway, man, yes. Woo, I'm excited, man. I felt like it was game one. I felt like we were done with preseason and we were about to play the first game. When they were talking in those interviews, I just kept on getting, because my vision of football, oh my gosh, I heard it all through their voice. Just everything that came out was like, thank you, exactly. Man, let's break it down, man. First and foremost, we're going to start out with Chad O'Shea. And after we go with O'Shea, then we're going to go to Patrick Graham, the defensive coordinator. I'm saving Patrick Graham for last because what I was hearing, I'll wait, man. Y'all let's see what I'm talking about. All right, so first and foremost, we're going to start with Chad O'Shea. For y'all who didn't see the interview, you can go check it out, or you could just listen to it right now. I'm going to play it. I might be pausing it because I want to talk about some of the things that I heard, all right? Where can I see the interview? It's on the Miami Dolphins YouTube channel. So just type in Miami Dolphins and subscribe to the Miami Dolphins. Every day they got like a minute video called the Dolphin Daily. So it's little stuff, catching up with players and different stuff like that. So go check it out, man. But hey, I'm about to get into this one. Chad O'Shea meets with the media, y'all. I'm about to play it, and then I'll be pausing it and talking about what's being said. All right, without further ado, here we go, y'all. Woo!
Obviously, you're watching when you were playing coaching the Patriots, you were watching defense. But now that you've been able to look at the offense, what do you see in terms of what's here that you feel like you can build on?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing I'll say is that although being in New England, we were concentrating because I was an offensive coach, obviously, on the defensive personnel from Miami. It's hard to not recognize being a competitor and being in the division, those players offensively that we have looked at just by being in the division. So I've definitely had some familiarity with those guys, have a lot of respect for them, of what they've accomplished. We're still in the process of that right now. You know, obviously we haven't been here very long together as a staff. So we're still in the process of our evaluation of those players. And I'm very excited. You know, it's an exciting part of the process. It's to identify, hey, who are your guys you're going to be working with? Because ultimately what's most important is how we utilize the players that are here. And the most important players are the ones in our building right now.
So, guys, listen, man. First and foremost, the media just kept on trying to trap every coach they could on talking about specific players. And these coaches are so smart, they never really talked about specific players. They just made things general, and they kept reiterating something important. We are in the baby stages, and they're so right. Football just ended. They just got there last week. Think about it. Football just ended. They are in the baby stages. They are still evaluating our own roster right now. Talent. But when you bring in a whole new coaching staff, let me tell you how much they're working right now. They have to evaluate every player that's on the current roster. They have to evaluate CFL players. That's done, though, at this point. But they had to take care of that. They had to evaluate the free agents that's about to come available. They had to evaluate current players that's not going to come available but might be a trade option. They had to evaluate college scouting because we're about to have the draft. We're about to have the draft. They have so much work to do, and they are in baby stages right now. They are still evaluating talent. So all these reports, y'all, all these reports of this is what the Dolphins looking to do. This is what they haven't even finished going up and down the roster to see what they want to do yet. They're still working those things out. It's for some reason we're in a rush to get to April already. Things will start happening in the NFL. Players will start getting released and X, Y, and Z. But every team is in the baby stages right now evaluating their current talent. Pete said, evaluation of 17 is the toughest decision Greer has, bro. I know. We're going to talk about it based off of everything that they talk about. But keep this in mind while we're listening to this. Shout out to Kiss the Rings, man. Congratulations on the Super Bowl, bro. See you guys are happy with our sloppy seconds. Come on, Kiss the Rings. You can for once be honest now and not call these guys sloppy seconds. And for once now, come on now, keep it 100, bro. And then on top of it, look who was calling the defense for y'all in the Super Bowl. Come on, man. You know what time it is. You ain't got. I know you trolling, but hey, some people believe what you say sometimes. But anyway, guys, we're gonna keep this going, and we're gonna listen to what else he has to say. But keep in mind, all right? Keep in mind, every chance they get, they're gonna try to corner him in talking about a specific player. But remember, we're in baby stages. We're evaluating people. All right. Here we go, y'all.
Thoughts on Tannehill?
They asked him about Tannehill.
In terms of what he can do and strengths and things that he needs to improve on if he's going to be here.
Yeah, I mean, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Ryan. Obviously, because we've been in the division, we've had the opportunity to have exposure to him. And I've always had a lot of respect for his competitiveness. And, as it is with our entire roster right now, we're just trying to do a lot of catch up to try to look at the personnel at all positions and really identify, again, there's a lot of strengths on this offense. But I definitely have had a tremendous amount of respect for Ryan and what he's done competitively within the division.
Outside of the competitiveness, what traits does he
have that you like? Shout out Spritz.
Yeah, I mean, I think I don't want to get into specific traits, weaknesses or strengths. I think, again, this is a kind of an ongoing process. Ryan's been somebody that's been a problem for us defensively at New England because of his athleticism and, being able to be somebody that can not only throw the ball, but be able to extend plays. And I'm speaking for someone that's been on the other side of this that's had to compete against him. There's definitely some traits that he has that are unique that, maybe the next guy doesn't have. And I would say that he's one that we always had a lot of respect for when we played him defensively at New England.
Speaking generally about quarterbacks moving forward, what do you envision the shadow shake quarterback looking like?
Well, I think the most important thing in our quarterback moving forward here, whoever that is that we want great traits in that player. The intangibles are most important to us. Obviously, leadership is very important. Work ethic, some of the traits that we've identified, and we've done this as a staff here in this week is to try to identify traits in each position that we want to be proud of as a Dolphins player on offense. And I think that the quarterback position is a unique position because, there's a lot of pressure that goes on with that position, and he has to be your greatest ambassador on your football team. He carries the message that you want to have offensively. He obviously carries the ball with him, as far as on every down. So the intangibles to us on offense at that position are important as they are other positions. We try to identify what characteristics are most important to each position moving forward here. And I think it starts with the traits of the players.
Listen, baby, listen. That's right. He sounds like he got a lot of respect for T. Hill. Because everybody in the NFL got a lot of respect for T. Hill. It's just these people that don't know football don't get this man his respect. Tannehill is not a leader. Hey, that could be, you might be right. You might be right. But those are things, man, we're at a point in our life where we have to actually, we're just at a point where we have to sit back and watch and see what happens under good coaching. Under good coaching. Good coaching, man. That's what it's about. You'll know what a player is when you see them perform under good coaching. Good coaching, man. But you know what? I love what he gonna say in one of these questions, all right? I love what he's gonna say in one of these questions. I want y'all to listen to what he's saying, man. Because y'all gonna start to understand it ain't all about the quarterback.
Something which you value. Would you put that high on your list of things you want in a quarterback? Anything else you put high on your list?
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's a lot of things that you want in a quarterback. One of which is accuracy. And obviously there's a lot of things that go into accuracy. And I say it's just not the quarterback. It's the guys around him. It takes all 11 to be an accurate quarterback. I strongly believe that. It takes great protection. It takes the receivers to be dependable and detailed and disciplined in the pass game to allow a quarterback to be accurate. So I think that sometimes the accuracy gets put just on the quarterback, but I think that it's something that takes contributions from all positions to allow a quarterback to be accurate.
Let me pause. You hear from the coach himself. You hear from the man himself. Everybody want to always say it's the quarterback, the quarterback, the quarterback, the quarterback. And he even said it. Quarterbacks usually get the most blame. It's always usually on them, but it's not on them. It takes a good line for a quarterback to be accurate. And Tannehill's accurate anyway, regardless. I just can't imagine how much more accurate he would be. But it takes a good line. It takes a good unit of people around him to make him accurate. Some of y'all, this is y'all main argument with me. Let me make sure y'all heard this.
To us on offense at that position are important as they are other positions. We try to identify what characteristics are most important to each. There's a lot of things that you want in a quarterback, one of which is accuracy. And obviously there's a lot of things that go into accuracy. And I say it's just not the quarterback. It's the guys around him. It takes all 11 to be an accurate quarterback. I strongly believe that. It takes great protection. It takes the receivers to be dependable and detailed and disciplined in the pass game to allow a quarterback to be accurate. So I think that sometimes the accuracy gets put just on the quarterback, but I think that it's something that takes contributions from all positions to allow a quarterback to be accurate.
Like, have I not been saying this? And people will sit there and go back and forth with me and argue. We'll argue as if a quarterback can do it without the pieces around him. I don't know no quarterback that does it without the pieces around him. I don't know any. Not even Tom Brady, because those are good, solid, developed pieces that the coaches developed around him. No quarterback can do it without everybody around him. I don't know a quarterback who could. Just don't, man. The man is saying everything that I've been saying for the last several months to y'all. And hopefully hearing somebody, see, he's not TD. See, you can say, oh, TD, you don't know what you're talking about. But trust me when I tell you, all y'all who don't know football very well, I suggest you listen to this man. If you don't want to listen to me, I suggest you listen to him to validate what I've been saying. This is what it's about. And they're in the evaluation process of Tannehill right now. They don't even know. They have no idea. So at the end of the day, and if you ask me what I read into all of this, there's a good chance that I think that there might be a good chance that they have to move on. They might have to move on. Because I think they're going to come in and realize they have so many gaps that have to be addressed that the quarterback position just might be the casualty. They might have to move on. But they know what they got in Ryan Tannehill. The problem is right now at that price, it's hurting the rest of the team. They know what they got. This man respect him. Everybody in the NFL respect Tannehill. Everybody do. It's just the fans that hate him that want to make it seem like he's the worst thing since anything. That ain't the case, man. Tannehill's a good quarterback, y'all. Period. The man is a good quarterback. But the reality is he's probably what I read out of this, he's going to be gone from a money standpoint. But they respect him. And they're not saying that to keep it PC like, the haters, they're going to start saying, oh, he's just saying that because he want to maintain his professionalism. That ain't what the deal is in this situation. They know what time it is. Why wouldn't New England, out of all people, respect him? He beat them more than anybody else. They know what time it is. Tannehill, you give him time to throw, he will rip you apart. That's why the game plan is always don't give him the time. It's an easy game plan against us because our organization never want to protect the man. I've been under a rock lately. Did we get ABA? Get out of here, Bree. Now we ain't getting no Antonio Brown. We don't want Antonio Brown. We tired of them bloated contracts. Matter of fact, your Cowboys need to worry about what they going to do. Are they going to pay Dak and Zeke? Because you can't afford it. We'll see. Yeah, talk about we. But anyway, man, let me play some more of this, y'all.
That Brian really believes in is basically changing pretty much what you do week to week based on the set of philosophy.
It absolutely is. Brian and I share a lot of the same philosophies.
Talking about Flores,
which is being very team oriented, but offensively, our vision is to do whatever's required to be successful that week. We absolutely want to have a core set of things that we do well, but we're also going to have the ability to adjust on a weekly basis. And I think that it's important for the coaching staff to have the mindset that we need to be able to adjust, and our players also need to adjust. And that's an important part of the offense is the ability to be multiple, to not be a specific scheme. But again, it goes back to we're going to do what the players do well. And what are their strengths? We always identify what they can do, not what they cannot do. And then, game plan or set up our offense according to that.
See, man, this is winning football, y'all. This is what I'm talking about when you talk about winning football, man. This is what I'm talking about. You have to be able to adjust week by week, and whatever you do that week is to win the game. We don't want an identity. We want to be versatile. Week by week, whatever it's going to take this week to win the game, that's what we want to be. Not the Miami Dolphins, whose strength is run the ball with Gore and try to get some decent mid-range passes and try to move down the field. Think about all the teams out there. I want you to compare it to a winning organization like the Patriots, where these guys come from. Let's take Seattle, for instance. Just picture Seattle on offense. What comes to mind? For me, 7 or 8 man line of scrimmage. They're in an I formation. Looks like a power run. 2 receiver set. play action, or run or play action. That's what I see when I look at Seattle. You know what you get with them. What do you see when you get the Patriots? It's not Brady in the shotgun. No, it's Brady behind center, Brady in the shotgun, Brady with running backs on the side, Brady without running back. You don't know. Think about team identity. Some of y'all can picture some of these teams and can tell what their game plan is. They focus on running the ball and play action, or they focus on the short game, or they focus on everybody has an identity. And finally, we're looking to not have an identity. Yeah, we have a core package of what we do well, but outside of that, we got to be able to adjust week by week. Whatever it's going to take to win this game. That's why everybody was wrong in this year's playoffs. What are the Patriots going to do against this team? They're going to throw the ball everywhere. They barely ever threw the ball. They ran the ball. What are they going to do on this team? They're going to have a balance. They started running, then they threw the hell out of it. I mean, you don't know what's going to be the strong suit. Tom Brady at Super Bowl. What's going to happen? Tom Brady's going to put up an epic performance, 3-4 touchdowns, 400 yards. Just look for it. Tom Brady don't even score a single touchdown. Don't even score a single touchdown, man. Come on, man. You don't know, and that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of team that I'm excited about us about to have. I'm excited about it. Just explosiveness. We're surprised. Like, man, we done hit them with that. We done hit them with this. We done hit them with this. It's just everywhere. That's explosiveness, man. And that's what I'm excited for. That's what I can't wait for, man. Man, if the season could just, I'm already like, man, come on, 2019 season. I'm ready for it to start, y'all. But let me finish this up, man.
Well, I think when you have a multiple offense, it does require the players to spend extra time in preparation. But in the end, we're doing what's best for the players, and we're doing, most importantly, what's best for the team. So I think that the players in the past, when we've been in a multiple offense, have always embraced that challenge because in the end, they know that we're trying as a coaching staff to do what's best to put them in the best position to not only succeed individually, but most importantly, our vision is to succeed as a team.
And I know Steve Ross has spoken about rebuilding, which can typically mean a younger roster. Have you and Brian discussed Danny and whether you want him here? Because
talking Danny Amendola,
but
right.
He's an older player, team is going to go younger. You all know yet you want him.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely still in the process of, the evaluation of our own team. Obviously, now we're in the evaluation of other free agents and now the college draft.
Same thing, y'all.
I know that we've
same thing you said about Tannehill.
It's an exciting part of the process here is to identify those players. Danny is one of the players that's currently on our team that I have familiarity with, and Danny's been a tremendous player for us in the past. I know he means a lot to a lot of people on this team and in the organization, and one of which we hold in very high regards. But we're still in the process of evaluating the entire roster and seeing what's best for the Miami Dolphins.
Is there any player
evaluating the roster, seeing what's best for the Dolphins? Now they're asking them, is there any player you can tell us about? Jakeem Grant, Albert Wilson.
Drake. Is there any?
Yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, we've invested a lot of time. The first thing we did is prior to any planning of scheme and what we're going to be offensively, it was most important to identify what we're working with. So we've spent a tremendous amount of time here this week and really evaluating our roster, especially the coaches that are not familiar with those guys, working with them. Now, obviously, we've had a lot of exposure. I've had exposure to them in the division and seen them from afar and really had a lot of respect. But I would say, as a group, it's a very exciting group, man. Our coaching staff, because
he's not committing to nothing.
There's a lot of things
he couldn't even answer about those three guys.
In specifics, but I see the strengths of this group, and I see that there's going to be a lot of things that we'll be able to utilize and really take advantage of what they do well and really kind of put it a part of the offense to try to help us win.
And with Albert Wilson, I know one thing Adam Gase did was he was able to maximize his abilities, using him in the running game, all different ways. Do you hope to do likewise?
Yeah, I think with the players, our philosophy on the
I got to pause right here, man. I had to pause right here. See here, man, it's just so backwards to me, man. Once again, it's like we don't know. We don't know. Here's why. Look, I'm still trying to read into everything he's saying about committing to certain people. He hasn't committed to anyone. But when I think about Tannehill, right, I'm hearing all the stuff that he's saying, you know, I mean, it's a great group. We're going to be able to do this. We're going to be able to do that. We're going to be able to get the most out of them. They're going to be key parts. And I'm just sitting here like, God, like, how can you be that confident saying that if you're bringing in a rookie quarterback? I don't care who it is. I don't care if it was Mahomes coming in his rookie year right now. Because you don't know. Glad Mahomes end up balling out, but you don't know when you draft him. And it's like, I just can't, for some reason, I can't get Sam Darnold out of my head. I just can't. It's like, I can only imagine the Dolphins being able to do everything he just said, but we got Sam Darnold back there, though. So it's like, he's young and he's developing. He could be great, but how are we going to do all that when you got a young quarterback going through all his little growing pains? Like Sam Darnold just did. Hey, and then it just keep hitting me. Didn't we pick about 4 times in one game? Just imagine if they coach a great team together and we got a young quarterback learning. We got a young quarterback that's learning. He gonna be great, maybe, but he's still got those. He's a rookie, you know. He's gonna get it. I just feel like then we're gonna be starting the waste of some of this talent that we already have. We're gonna be starting their deterioration. So I don't know, man. These guys sound like they the type that want a veteran quarterback. And even if that don't end up being Tannehill, I don't know who else out there. Nick Foles, maybe, I don't know. But all I'm saying is these guys sound like they want their veteran quarterback. They sound like they want their veteran quarterback. And I'm not saying that's Tannehill. I'm just saying what I'm getting out of like the aura of what they're delivering. It just feels like they're ready to go ahead and roll. I mean, people can say rebuild all they want. Yeah, we rebuilding, but just this offseason, it's a rebuild. Every year, every team rebuilds. That's what we're going to do, to put a product on the field that hopefully can get us to the big game. Is it likely? Is it not likely? We'll leave that for next February to decide. That's how they look at it. They ready to win now. They just ain't not going to be out here in your face saying we in win now mode. They're not going to be outspoken saying, you know, we're trying to build a team that can compete and win now. No, they're not going to be saying that. They're just coming out there week by week, game by game. Hey, we going out here to try to win this game. Just like Brady said before every game, the only game that matters is the one right in front of us. Nothing else. So I don't know, man. I just don't know, man. His non-committal earlier was like, and maybe they're going to move on. But the way he talks about, you know, we're going to be able to do this with these guys, that with those guys, man, what if all that's crumbled by the new quarterback? Because we just like half of the rest of the league. Every time they get a new one, they end up saying, man, he was supposed to be the best thing coming out. Now look at him. Y'all know that happens a lot. And it's usually the ones that we almost guarantee is going to be great that just don't pan out. So we'll see, man. It's interesting, though. It's about 1 more minute on this interview. I'll finish it.
We're going to use every strength they have and utilize those. And I know a lot of the players that we've identified, speaking of the skill position, have done a good job in a lot of areas. So I think that that's our job, and that's our responsibility as a coaching staff, is to really identify those strengths and put that into action by what we ask them to do.
Sure. Just talk about how much you bring what you've learned over the past few years here and doing that, because obviously what you've done in the past have worked very successfully.
Right. I mean, I think that, you know, there's there's a lot of experience on this offensive coaching staff, and there's a lot of expertise. We have a veteran coaching staff offensively, and I think we've all had things we've done in the past that we think could be successful moving forward. So I think what we've done here recently is try to merge those ideas and really have everybody's kind of philosophies come together. But certainly what we did at New England, we were fortunate to have a lot of success, and we were fortunate to have really good players within that scheme. And there's certainly some things from New England that will show up here as part of our.
All right, guys, that was it on that interview.
The details.
That was
so
just
after weeks of seeing this and unloading these and restocking those and that.
That was he was talking about the coaches bringing all of with their talent together and making it work, man. In Flores we trust. Yes, sir. I love it, man. I'm excited about O'Shea coming in. I'm just curious at what he's actually going to have to work with when the season does start. Is he going to have an O-line? Is he going to – what's going to be his quarterback situation? What's going to be his running back situation? What's going to be his receiver situation? I mean, we don't know, y'all. What's going to be the tight end situation? But we're going to get our answers, but it's going to be interesting just to find out because I think we're going to make a lot of shifts and changes, but I think it's going to be for the better. We shall see. And in other news, Charles Clay did get released today by the Buffalo Bills. As soon as he got that big deal with them, he just wasn't the same. Didn't play very well for the last 4 years. He got 9 touchdowns in the last 4 years. So he was released by Buffalo today. It's going to be tough for him. I think his career is going to be on the downside. So we'll see how that goes, man. But hopefully Balaj gets more opportunities this coming season. It could be anybody. It could be anybody, man. It could be anybody's game. You know how the Patriots do it. You got this running back running the hell out of the ball this game. Next the next game, you think he's going to pick up where he left off. There's a whole nother running back running the ball crazy. Man, you never know. You never know what you're going to get. But this is the interview that I'm more excited about. It's a little shorter. But, man, when I heard this interview, man, and I didn't know much about Patrick Graham, just keeping it 100 with y'all, I ain't know much about Patrick Graham at all. But I'm glad he got his shot. He got his opportunity. He's going to be our defensive coordinator. And this guy's just down to earth. He tell you how it is. He's real. He has a filter, but it's all the proper things he want to say is filter free. So he say it how he want to say it because it's not wrong. But sometimes it make people cringe. I don't know why. But anyway, just straight up, man. I love this guy's personality. Seems like he has a great character. But I want y'all to hear what he has to say, man. But I loved everything I heard. Y'all listen up, man.
Very fortunate to have met some good people in my coaching career and got a chance to learn from some of the best and,
Patrick Graham, y'all.
Some good alliances with guys like, me and Coach Flores. We worked in the same office for a long time, got to know each other, had some common background stuff, both being from the Northeast, the tri-state area, but, Yale, went to school there, played football there, and, just fell in love with the game even more after graduating and just got into coaching and then found my calling. So sociology. I started off chemical engineering. That didn't go too well. So I had to switch it up. My dad told me, he said, listen, if you change from engineering to sociology, just make sure that you're not living here when you graduate. So I think I'll be okay with that.
What are you going to do with a
sociology degree?
Chemical engineering.
Oh, if you go back, if you could dig it up, there's film of this now. Senior year in high school, I wanted to get a chemical engineering degree and go into the CIA. That's what I wanted to do.
He wanted to be in the CIA, y'all.
And obviously
that dream still lives somewhere?
No. They don't. way different. But I found out early on when I got to school, chemical engineering wasn't for me, and CIA wasn't going to happen either.
The NFL's got secrets information as well.
I see that. I can see that correlation.
What are your, as a defensive coach, what are your core philosophies?
They felt a lot of the stuff that, Coach Flores has talked about. We want guys who are
Hold on, man. Here's the best part, y'all. But y'all see how open he is, how down to earth he is. And when you get a chance, go check out his interview yourself. You'll see he's just loose. He's free. It's the coaches that sit there and they're trying to be something that I worry about. See, guys like this, in his mind, he is worry-free. He's glad he got this opportunity, but he's worry-free. He's not concerned because to him, I'm coming in, I'm doing my job as best as I can, and we gonna win. I ain't worrying about nothing else. And let me enjoy this experience. Laughing, having fun, man. And that's what it's about. Real people. Not these people trying to put on the front in front of the camera. You know, trying to look like a coach and no, I'm going to be me. And that's what I like about this guy, man. But this is the most important part. They're asking him about what he looks for in a player, the type of skill and all of that, or coaching. And, man, the answers this man give, this is real talk about football that nobody talk about.
Guys that are willing to work hard. I think when you get into not necessarily the schematics, but just like looking at the player and what we're looking for aside from the character traits, you want guys who play with their hands and that play and are heavy-handed. You want guys that play with good knee bend and good leverage, all right? And you want guys who have good eye discipline. I mean, that's all about, as you know, Coach Flores talked about.
Gosh, man. That's what I'm talking about. Like, talk to the people about some real football stuff. I don't remember the last coach I've seen, especially for the Dolphins, to say things like, you know, you look for a guy that got good hands, heavy hands, who has good eyes, who is this and that. Like listing real characteristics of a player versus, you know, you just look for a guy that has good character. He's a good overall player. He has great skills, you know, and, you know, a great day. No, you're giving general words instead of naming what those great skills are. What specific traits are you looking for? This is what I'm talking about. That's why this man ain't worried. He know the game in and out. He know what a player should have, what they need, and how to get it for them if they don't. That's why he's so lucid and worry-free. You see all the laughing and joking he's doing? When the last time we seen a coach doing this? Like, not even worried about, oh, you know, I ain't heard from him and the other coach. I haven't heard the word like hope and, you know, we want to see. I ain't hear none of those kind of words yet come out of their mouth. None. And this is what I'm talking about. Let's listen to some more of this, man.
Trying to get 11 guys to trust each other on the field. You got to get 11 guys to trust and have their eyes in the right place to build that trust. So really, when you look at it, football position, you know, eyes, hands, and feet, that's how I see it in terms of defensive players when I'm evaluating. Heavy-handed, active hands, eyes in the right place. Able to, when misdirection comes, are their eyes in the right place still? Are we able to go from one spot to the next and having a progression with that? And then the
defensive players going through progressions. Did you hear that? When have y'all ever heard that? Defensive players going through progressions. Are your eyes on the ball? Are your eyes where they're supposed to be? If they're supposed to be over here, do you know when you're supposed to shift them because everybody else shifted theirs?
All leads to good football plays, especially when you start to watch the championship plays that take place championship weekend, Super Bowl weekend. You can just watch the sideline copy and really get a feel for that.
Where's Hart?
Heart, in terms of the toughness element, to me, I want to have a way to measure the toughness.
Oh, so my God. Stop. Oh, my gosh. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear this, man? This is gold. Y'all need to really break down what this man is saying. Then the reporter asked him, because he's talking about hands, feet, eyes. And now, see, that shows you the media are so used to not hearing real football talk. Then the follow-up question is, what about heart? Like having heart. What about heart? You see how scripted they are? They're so used to, you know, we need a tough player that has heart, this and that. You know what his answer was? It wasn't a general cookie-cutter answer talking about no, oh, well, you know, they got to have heart. They got to have that passion. They got to have – he ain't talking about nothing emotional. He literally answers this by saying, well, no, when it comes to heart, I think it can be measured. Do you know what measuring heart means? It means that you have a way of holding them accountable for it. This is, yeah, man, y'all may not even be understanding this. I hope some of y'all do. I hope some of y'all understand this. He didn't say, yeah, they need to have heart. They need to have passion. He didn't talk about that. His language, the language he speaks is accountability, and we will win. We will get this right. We will do it right because there's a way to do it right, and you've been taught it, and we practiced and worked with it for you, so we need you to do it right. So what did he do? He turned heart into something that could be measurable. He said, well, I like to think you can measure heart. You can measure heart. And that's how I look at heart. And he's going to elaborate. Watch how he elaborates his conversation. Let me back it up for a second. I want y'all to hear in detail, man.
Football plays, especially when you start to watch the championship plays that take place championship weekend, Super Bowl weekend. You can just watch the sideline copy and really get a feel for that.
Here it is.
Heart, in terms of the toughness element, to me, I want to have a way to measure the toughness. So to me, you measure the toughness as a defensive player. We're going to talk about it to those guys. Can we stop the run? And can we stop the run when we know they're going to run the ball?
Show me your heart. Can you
Are we
do
contributing to the coverage units on special teams? We can measure those things to determine toughness as opposed to just talking about it. And then the hard part of it, guys who are selfless and put the team first. I mean, that's a big decision for somebody to make. Because by nature, a lot of us, we want to take care of ourselves.
Preach.
We gotta make sure that we're putting the team first. That's why this game is so beautiful. The lessons that you learn from it. Because I know for me personally, it's helped me in my life to become more selfless and understand to put the team first, put my family first, put my the organization I'm with first. That's so key, and it's been such a good thing as I've grown as a person. Now that I'm 40 years old, it's been really huge in my life. Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you.
Did y'all hear that, man? You can measure it. Can you stop the run? And can you stop the run when you know they're gonna run? Measure your heart. Go do it. Y'all hear that, man? Go measure it. That's the same thing Flores was saying in the press conference. Everyone on the same page. Yes! That's what I'm talking about. Got a coaching staff that's on the same page, and it's the right literature that's on the page. It's the right stuff on the page. It's hard enough to get them on the right page, and then when you usually get them on the right page, they got the wrong thing on the page that they all together on. But these guys are talking the right stuff, all on the same page. Measure your heart. Oh, you think you say you got heart? They finna run the ball. We know they are. Look at the four. We know they finna run it. Go stop it. Show me your heart. I don't care that you got your wrist hurt, but you still playing and you got heart. No. I don't care that just because you're playing. Show me you can go stop this. Man, this is beautiful, man. And then the part about it's hard. It's hard to put the team first. He acknowledged it, y'all. He said it's hard. That's a hard thing to do. It's a hard thing to do. As humans, he didn't talk about the player being shysty or all he does is care about himself. He's not looking at an Antonio Brown and beating him down. Look at their word choices. It's just beautiful, man. He didn't beat anybody down with his comment. He said, as humans, and he's so right, you're programmed to look out for yourself. So it's hard. It's hard to put the team first. To everything that you do, it's about the team first. It's hard. Human nature tells you to take care of yourself first. I can hear him telling these players this, man, it's hard. You think they're going to have a problem with if they keep Rashad Jones? You think they're going to have a problem with him freestyling? Oh, he ain't going to be doing no freestyling. That message is going to be so clear. They're going to be saying if you freestyle, you're an idiot without calling you an idiot. It's hard to be selfless. But if you want to win the Super Bowl, that's what you got to do. Is everybody in this room committed? And they're going to look at everybody say yes. Now, go around the room and individually, because I want to make sure week 9 or week 10 or week 13 that we ain't got no problems and everybody said that they were committed. And everybody going to say, I'm committed. And I promise they ain't going to have no problems. And this is probably, these are some of the things that even in the Super Bowl, whenever Bill Belichick benched Malcolm Butler, the best cover that they had. These are some of the things that probably knock you off the field. Why did he bench him? I don't care, even if we lose. It's the principle behind it. Set an example in this organization so everybody knows. We have our set of rules. You want to jump outside of that and put yourself first? This is what happens. But it costs you a Super Bowl. That's all right. We'll be back and look at them. This is the type of stuff, man. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about, man. I love it. Let me finish this one, man.
Already feeling the effects of it. So,
All right, here's the question.
Yep.
3-4 or 4-3?
Yes.
Everybody's been asking this question. Oh, man, I just caught how he answered that. I love it. I just caught how he answered it. This is my second time watching this, but I just caught how he answered it, and it was brilliant. He answered it with one word, and he was kind of being facetious, sarcastically funny, but then he answers it anyway. Everybody's been asking me, TD, are we switching to the 3-4? 4-3 or 3-4? Which one are we going to be? The reporter just asked him, are you going to be in a 3-4 or the 4? Is it the 3-4 or the 4-3? You know what his answer was? Yes. Some of y'all at home right now like, yeah, which one? You going to say it? That was the point. That's why I like how he answered it. 3-4, 4-3? Yes. In other words, yeah, 3-4 and 4-3. Yeah, all of it. He just said yes. He is so prepared to answer questions, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's almost scary. They so confident and they know football and they know all of the ins and outs. Stuff like that, if you don't catch it, you should be happy about characteristics like that in your coach. Some of y'all ain't even catch that. That's a level of cockiness without being cocky. I don't know if that makes sense. It's cocky. I mean, you know what? It's just confident, sounding cocky, but playful and with no disrespect, just letting you know it's real over here. 3-4, 4-3? Yes. 3-4, 4-3? Yes. Come on, man. Oh, man, that was beautiful.
Thank you. And I'm already feeling the effect grown as a person.
Hold on,
now that
bad.
I'm 40 years. Yep.
3-4 or 4-3?
Yes. There you go. Multiple. This is what we're going to do. We're going to do whatever Coach Flores wants us to do that week. And what we're going to try to do is we're going to try to teach the guys the concepts of the defense. You know, what the coverage.
So let me pause right there. I don't want y'all to get mistaken because I know y'all going to try to put Flores in the category of Andy Reid. No, sir. Some of y'all going to take that the wrong way. We're going to do whatever Flores want us to do that week. That don't mean Flores is running the defense. That don't mean Flores is calling the defensive plays. What that means is Flores brings his offensive coordinator and his defensive coordinator. He says to the offensive coordinator, we need to be able to run the ball this week. That is an emphasis. Get that done first and foremost. And we're going to work on a lot of comeback routes or play action trying to do this. Offense, go. Defense, we got to get to the quarterback this week. We got to disguise it however we have to. We got to get to the quarterback. And we have to be able to bring pressure on third, whatever it is. That's what he means by we're going to do whatever Flores says we need to do that week. Once he gets those orders of the game plan, he go to his team, he work on his best stuff for that situation. So I don't want some of y'all to think that's the other way around, man. I don't want y'all to think, oh, he said we're going to do whatever Flores give us, like Flores just running in and telling them, hey, I'll be calling the plays, just work on these plays. Not how it works. This is real coaching. Levels to this. You do your job. I don't need to come do your job for you. All right? So I love it, man.
what the rush is, whether we're rushing 3, 4, 5, 6, doesn't matter. And how we deploy those guys in different spots and how the outside looking in, you guys see it, is going to look multiple. I mean, it is going to be multiple. And are we going to be talking in terms of 3-4-4-3? It's just going to be multiple. We're going to do what we got to do that week to win that game. We're going to try to win that situation, whatever we have to do. And if it requires all 11 guys to be on their feet, all 11 guys will be on their feet. If it requires all 11 to be down this 3-point stance, it'll look weird, but we'll do it.
Y'all hear this? Oh my gosh, man. This is more exciting than them saying the Miami Dolphins with the #1 overall pick select. This type of stuff is more exciting than that. Gosh, did you hear what was being said? It ain't no 3-4, it ain't no 4-3. We do whatever we gonna need to do. I don't care if 11 guys got to be on their feet like they're in coverage. I don't care if it's 11 guys got to be in a 3-point stand attacking at the line of scrimmage. It may look weird, but whatever we got to do, that's what we're going to be in that week. But how many teams we could point at, oh, they run a 3-4 on that team. They run a 3-4 as well. They run a 4-3. They run a wide 9. They run a... Do you see what I'm talking about? All this predictable football in the NFL? That's why this type of thinking is so much. Guys, we finna be successful, man. We're about to be successful. This type of football, really coaching football, is leaps and bounds over everybody else. All these teams, they run a 3-4. Any team that you know run a 3-4, that's their base set, that's the problem. That means every week they coming into their game plan in a 3-4 because they good in it. And that's why they don't win consistently. Because they run into teams like the Patriots who say, hey, they always run a 3-4. We got a whole package to kill 3-4. But that's their base. Fourth quarter come, now they want to switch to a 4-3. Players don't even know what to do. Man, football is about matchups, period. Defense or offense. To a degree, Terrence. To a degree, bro. You know why I say that? Because in New England, it don't matter what matchup you got. You can have the best cornerback on Edelman. You don't think Edelman still wasn't going to get off in that Super Bowl? Man, you crazy if you believe he would. And I don't care if you had, what's his name? Sherman or Ramsey on Edelman in that game, he was still going to get off. I mean, you might have stopped 2 passes. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But he still was going to get off. It's about matchups on a week-to-week basis. But when it comes to a team that executes, that eliminates matchups because they're not even looking at matchups. They're looking at competitive advantage, looking at a defense as a whole. Great defenses don't sit there. I mean, great offenses don't sit there and say, they got a great corner over there. I'm going to try to avoid that. No. You think Brady try to avoid a side? No, he don't. What's the flow of the offense? You go do your job. I look at you. Hey, you've done your job. There you go. It is what it is. If they stopped you, you might have done your job. You just didn't do it as well as you could have possibly. Anything can be beat. Every coverage can be beat. Everything can be beat in the NFL. It's just, do you have the smartest game plan on the opposite side to neutralize it? And some people don't figure it out until the game is over. Let's keep going.
So we think's gonna win the game.
You talk about to go run. Everybody tries to run those games, but it's a lot more complicated when we're talking about building a roster.
Yep.
What is the key to building a roster?
What's the key to building a roster?
So I believe it is IDing the traits that you hold valuable in terms of building a defense. So like kind of what we talked about earlier, some of the physical traits, we're looking for guys to be able to play with their hands, guys with good eye discipline, guys that play with a base and good leverage. So you take that, and now as you start to spread out into the different positions, who can cut, because whether you're talking about somebody that's covering, someone that's taking on a lead block, or somebody taking on somebody at the point of attack, all 3 of those things come into play. So that's what we're looking for. Guys that can do that, and then you get some of the measurables and things of that nature. But that's really what you're looking for. Those guys.
Man, ain't talk about a single stat, ain't talk about a single reputation, ain't talk about, we look for players that, succeeded in college. No, he ain't talk about any of those individual accolades that get pumped in front of y'all face. They get thrown right in front of y'all face because it's TV. ESPN right now, who are the top 100 players? All right, let's get our troops out there. We done hired our temporary people for the season, for the draft. Now let's get them out there interviewing these players individually. Let's throw them in these franchises' face. They can use them. Who sucks at this position and say, hey, this is an option for that team. They just getting clicks out here however they can. They throwing something in your face that they know you have questions about. And they making him look like the best thing they possibly can for you. Do you notice they never show any negatives? Do you know that when they talk about all these new players about to come in, they don't show any negatives? They all got them. They all have them. They just pump them in front of you and they talk about them all day. This person can land here. This person can land there. They don't talk about none of the attributes. When the last time you turned on a major network and they said this kid has great hands, he has great eyes, he has great feet? No. They use generalized words that you're so used to so you don't question them. Oh, he's a great talent. Look at his escapability. Look at his ability to do this and do that. They don't talk about the specific traits because some of those same great players that could do this and do that, they have terrible eyes. They just really skilled, but they got terrible hands. They got terrible feet. Look at his defensive lineman. He pushes everybody over in college. Yeah, but I'm looking at his feet. They terrible. That's why on most plays where he's trying to actually pursue something, he can never get there. But no, we don't look at that. Just look how dominant he is when he knocks this guy over. He's just focusing on his strength is stronger than everybody in front of him, making him one-dimensional, and people don't notice it until he get on this level, and they wonder why he ain't pushing people like he did in college. Because he ain't got good feet. He ain't got good hands. He's just strong as hell. And we fell in love with how strong he was because he used it to his advantage. It's crazy. Yeah, usually in the combine you hear that, but not by the commentators on TV. You hear it from the professionals out there clocking and watching it in the scouts. Do you know that most of these ESPN guys, when they go to the combine, they be chilling and having fun with all the other reporters from other networks. And as soon as people done clock their numbers, they go to the scouts and they say, hey, man, who you eyeing? Who's looking real good? Who's talented? Give me a bone to let me know something. I won't spread it. I just want to pump this person and know about him. And some scouts trying to make, connections. Well, we're really looking at this guy and he's on nobody's radar. He has this, he has that. Then you hear those breaking things. Hey, there's also a guy out of let's say Toledo, just not one of the best schools in football winning championships, but then there's this guy in Toledo named this and that. He's been very explosive. Look for him to come out of the draft early. He has the potential to do it. He has great hands. He has great feet. Although he didn't go to the big school, people don't know him well, but trust me, his talent is NFL ready. That's when you be like, oh, man, that's the breaking news stuff. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing, man. They feed y'all this crap and y'all buy into it. That's why I'm a little upset every time. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I like Kyler Murray. I just think he's too short. And it's crazy. I keep hearing everybody say, his skill is so good, we overlook the shortness. He can overcome that. Do you know how many? And the crazy thing is, let's say the last 5 years, there has been some really great ones, Heisman's and stuff like that ain't even in the league, that we thought the same thing, stuff like that. We overlook his shortness. People think everybody going to be Drew Brees because Drew Brees is short. Be careful. I ain't overlooking it. I like the kid, though. I'll tell y'all the truth. I do like Kyler Murray. I just want to see him in those tough situations. And if I can, it might shock me and be like, yes. But y'all know me. I don't get high on young players. I never do. Only young player I ever got high on was Laramie Tunsil. The only one. I was high on Minka as well, but not like Laramie Tunsil. Because I knew we got to steal. He fell to us that low. I had already knew. The kid was supposed to go at the top, man. Man, that's the only person. But other than that, these young kids, I'm not high on. Y'all keep on. I don't want, like, we've already been through this era. That's what I need to tell some of y'all. Some of y'all must be just new Dolphin fans. And when I say new, I ain't even talking last 10 years. I'm talking about last 5 years. Y'all, some of y'all are just new Dolphin fans to me. Like, did y'all forget what happened from the year 2000? Let's just say from the year 2000 to when we drafted Tannehill. Y'all forget what we went through, the cycle of insanity? New quarterback. He ain't work out. Oh, this is the one. He ain't work out. Why ain't we playing him? We finally played him. He ain't the one. Oh, my gosh. He definitely ain't the one. Why did we even draft that one? We knew that before. Oh, this the one. He ain't the one. Like, gosh, we done been through like 16 or 17 quarterbacks. Since Dan Marino all the way up till Tannehill. And what bothers me is, gosh, do they not see the light? Are we about to go right back into that same misery land? Kyler Murray, oh, he ain't the one. And Tua, oh, we got him. He ain't the one. How can Tua not be the one? You know, some of y'all say, oh, Tua's going to be fine. Like, y'all know. I don't keep, like, that's what tells me y'all new football fans. Because ain't nobody who been a fan of football more than 15 years or 20 years can sit there and say Tua is the one. Nobody can. Because if you've been watching football for the last 20 years, then you'll know that almost every number one quarterback is the one, and only about 10% of them turned out to be the one. Not saying he can't be, but look at the odds, man. And y'all ignore that. So please don't get on me when I'm not high on these quarterbacks, man. When I'm not high on these kids. Last years, people were telling me Dolphins are stupid. See, the Jets and the Bills, they going to take off on us. They already got their new quarterback. Sam Darnold, 4 picks against us. Do you see what I'm talking about? No, I can't get down with y'all. I just can't. What up, Matthew? Shout out to you. Y'all go check out Matthew's channel, man. Y'all click on Matthew and subscribe to his channel. We do Fins Talk now, too, so y'all go support the man. But I can't get down with y'all with that, man. That's crazy to me. Just crazy. No, I don't want, I'm just scared. I'm going to be honest, I'm scared. I'm scared to go through that cycle again because I know how hard it is to find that guy. Don't get me wrong. If we move on from Tannehill and we go get a guy, I'm confident that Flores and them, based off of their scouting experience, they know the tangibles a player needs. And if that guy got it, they got him. They know. TD, you're a little worried that our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator are first-time play callers? No, sir. No, sir. Because it's not about, for them, it's not about the play they call. It's about if the players on the field execute that play. Not only that, I love the fact on defense, if I think he's going to have he's going to call games just fine. But I think if anything looks like it's crazy or out of control, that's what Flores is there with the headset on, just listening to them work. And he can step in. Hey, no, we ain't going to go that far. Let's do this instead. That's his job. Your job is to let them do them and you insert yourself where necessary. I'm not scared at all. I like it, actually. I like it. I love it. I love it, man. They might not move on from T. Hill. We still don't know. But either way, it doesn't matter. I'm confident in this coaching staff that they know how to put game plans together, that they know how to put players in great positions, and they focus on that game that week and what's going to help them win. regardless of T-Hill or not. I'm just waiting on them to say, yeah, we keeping T-Hill or we letting T-Hill go, so I can hurry up and get the people to come to my channel and be like, told you, TD, you don't know what you're talking about, when all this time I said it don't matter. So we'll see, man. It's gonna be interesting. I'm excited though. Let's finish this last little piece of the interview, man.
Guys that play with good football position and breaking it down into those subcategories helps lead to being able to be a multiple front scheme team.
If you have a bigger four players that can kind of hold the point, but then the 4-3 requires smaller, a little bit more athletic.
I'm not disrespecting what you're saying, but like I don't necessarily agree with that per se. Like 3-4-4-3 to me.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Did y'all hear that, man? He said, I'm not, he basically said, I'm not disrespecting your opinion, but I just don't agree with that. Calling these reporters out for not knowing football. Let me tell you what the reporter said if you didn't hear it. He said, told Omar he did. Oh, that was Omar, Kelly. You're right. You're right. That was Omar. Omar better step it up, baby. Omar, hey, he just exposed you, little Omar. Get it together. I'm just messing around. I like Omar, man. But hey, that's crazy. That is Omar. I didn't even notice that. But when I think about it, his voice, that is Omar. Man, Omar said, so if you're in a 3-4, don't you need the ends that can set the edge? And if y'all don't know what that is, they can make sure they set the edge. They force whatever they need inside, or they force whatever they need outside. You know, set the edge, you know, or get there, get to their point and lock it down and not get pushed over. So Omar was like, don't you need, because if you're in a 3-4, you're going to need a bigger guy to set that edge. Or if you're in a 4-3, you don't need as big of a guy to set that edge. And he's like, I mean, I'm not disrespecting your opinion, but I totally disagree. And for some reason, I knew he was going to say something like that. The reason why, when I didn't know it was Omar saying it at first, but when Omar was saying it, I even thought to myself, the size don't matter on the edge. It's just if you're going to set it or not. You know, I get your logic. Usually you're going against a bigger player on that end, but there's smaller ends that can set the edge. They're strong. They're not letting the guy in front of them bully them and plow over them not to set that edge. And sometimes setting the edge ain't even that physical. It's really about who gets there first and dictate what happens. So, and I just kept thinking about New England's D-line. Y'all notice New England does not have a big D-line. Those guys, in most cases, look like linebackers. But they know how to set the edge. They know how to set the edge, man. And I knew that. And then when he said, I don't mean to disrespect, but I disagree, I said, thank you. Because what will most coaches do? The coaches that don't know football. When Omar would have said something like that, the coach would have said something like, yeah, you know, I understand that traditionally you want a bigger guy that can, you know, solidify that spot and lock it down. So we just have to evaluate our talent and put guys in good spots and see what they can do. That's what those coaches that don't know football would have said. And that's what these Dolphin reporters used to hearing. And that's why Omar asked that question as if that was religion. I mean, almost guaranteed this is how it works. That ain't how it worked. I mean, you're kind of right. He did get a little exposed on that because that ain't how it worked. That shows you different philosophy in football. You think you need a guy that look like this and that to do that. No, you just need a guy with this characteristic, that characteristic. You notice he said good feet, not big feet. You notice he said good hands. He even said heavy hands. And what he means by heavy hands, when they swiping to get free, they can get not just the weight, but be able to put force to get around. Different stuff like that. He didn't say a big bulky guy that could take on a block from a line. He didn't say none of that. He said good eyes. He ain't say nothing that had to do with a physical characteristic. Heavy ain't physical, by the way, because some of y'all probably still stuck on that. Heavy's not physical. This is real football this man is talking. Let me hear what he say to Omar, man. Let me hear what he said.
I'm not disrespecting what you're saying, but like I don't necessarily agree with that per se. Like 3-4-4-3 to me, man, people. Sorry, sorry.
Hey, you heard him? He's so lax that he like 3-4-4-3. Man, not man, people. I'm sorry. He's so relaxed. He passionate about it. He ready to talk it. He ready to be like 3-4-4-3. Man, ain't none of that, man. Come on, man.
It's how the spacing is on the field. You know, so like whether a 3-4 OLB is a defensive end, it's really the same spot. So to me, I don't necessarily get into that in terms of like how big this guy has to be. It's multiple, and how we deploy him. It could be different on any
multiple and how we
play,
deploy
any ball, any situation. So I would agree to disagree if that makes sense.
Agree to disagree.
The other thing that is difficult about that beyond this roster is
you got your own camera, Omar.
Not only figuring out what you're trying to do as a defensive coordinator, but what everyone is trying to do. That seems like pretty decisive for every situation and prepped it for
Yep. The beauty of this game and our job is very difficult. And it's very difficult, and it's usually in pressure-filled, packed moments that you have to make right decisions. But that's kind of why we got into it. That's why I love being in.
Jeez, man. We about to start winning, baby. We about to start winning, man. Did y'all hear that? They basically asking him about, it's hard to just be able to change the defense. They're running this, so we're changing to this. We're running that. And the guy's basically saying that's kind of why all teams have their set defense. But y'all keep talking about being able to change the defense at a moment's notice. They're in that, so we're going to run this. They're in this. And we're not used to that. We're used to just being in a base set, doing our job in the same thing. That's why we get ate up in the zone, running the same play over and over and over. Not even different zone schemes, just the same one. And they're like, isn't that going to be difficult? Can you talk about how difficult that is to do? Because that's what you're saying. And he's saying, that's why I got in the coach. That's the beauty. He's saying that's the beauty of it, is the fact that it's so hard to do, that it's difficult. That's the beauty of it. Do you see their mindsets? Their mind.
So is it hard? Absolutely. Absolutely it's hard. But that's why you put in all the work. That's why you started off as a graduate assistant, got bumped up to the position coach, came to the league, became a QC, grinded doing this and that, putting in the extra hours, the off season, the study, to be able to get you prepared to handle these moments and learn from the people you've learned from before, whether it's learning from Coach Flores, learning from other guys I've worked with. But it's not easy, this job. I'm not saying it's as hard as a single mom that has 5 kids to raise. I'm not saying that, but it's a hard profession. It's a hard job, and it's challenging. But I love to be challenged. And most of the guys, you talk to guys on the staff, they love to be challenged. So I embrace it. I embrace it. And I look forward to it, and we'll have it right, and we'll have it the way Coach Flores wants it, and hopefully it leads to winning.
We'll have it right, and we'll have it the way Coach Flores wants it.
If I look like that.
Gosh! Oh, that was good. We'll have it right, and we'll have it the way Flores wants it. We will have it right, and we will have it the way Flores wants. Yeah, it's hard. You talk to anybody on the staff, they love the fact that it's hard. But we will have it right, and we will have it the way Flores wants it. When have we, I can't even say when the last time. When have we ever heard this? When have we ever? That was Gates up there? Or Burt? You know, we'll go out, we'll compete, and we'll try to put together a game plan that's gonna you know, hopefully get us a victory, and you know, see if we can. Hopefully, see if we can. All that doubt in their words, man. Everything come out of their mouth is almost already self-defense. Hopefully we'll, and see if we can, and maybe we will, and that might lead to, and you know, it could transform into, or you know, just you know, maybe we'll be something. And now you hearing stuff that I want y'all to start getting rid of, man. I want you to start, I'm saying getting rid of, get used to. I want you to start getting used to it. We will get it right, and we will get it the way Flores wants it. Shout out Diesel, man. It's crazy, man. TD Shula time, we had that coach respect. We had that coach respect during Shula. But this is, I want y'all to think about it. This is the first time that you can like really hear some Dolphin talk too about our coordinators. Like, you know, we diving deep, you know, O'Shea, Patrick, Josh Boyer was even talking earlier. I like what he was saying. I mean, we got these guys, man. We got some guys that got good minds in the organization now. Nothing, Matthew. We just talking about the offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator, their interviews today. And I'm excited though, man. How can y'all not be excited about the stuff that y'all heard? It's revelation, man. I'm excited about our defense and the man get a little bit of talent around him. And I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. You know how I be saying, I don't know about paying Xavier Howard. I'm pretty confident we gonna pay the man because, come on, man, they gotta improve him. He's gonna be even better. I love this talk, man. It's hard to not think about yourself and put the team first. I have 5 children, man. But it's hard, man. And then the beautiful thing about it, look at him. He talked about how he started from the bottom. He talked about how he started from the bottom, man. How he started from the bottom. It's crazy, man. And he put in that hard work to get where he is today, man. I say, go get your kids. I'm trying to keep my kids off the screen as much as I can, by the way. Because some people just nasty. Their mamas ain't raised them right. TD is a good daddy. I try to be. IU and good you. What up, Aaron? I hope Jaceki benefit from the coaching changes. Let's keep an eye on that. Man, everybody should benefit. Everybody should be improved. Everyone should, man. What's up, New York? What up, JD? Everyone should, man. I'm excited, though. When I hear stuff like this, guys, here's what I want y'all to think about, man. Look at all the stuff I've been talking about over the last several months of what it takes to have a real good organization. See, a lot of times when I talk about that stuff, people hear it, but they brush over it. But listen, we finally got the people who are going to execute the stuff that I've been talking about. Literally, they're going to be executing the stuff that I envisioned that would make us successful. I already talked about it. I said, this is what you need in your coaches. This is what you need in your team. This is what you need in the organization. And it's coming together right in front of us right now, man. It's coming together right now. Dolphins going to surprise many in the NFL. Who are you telling? Man, it's going to be crazy. No, I'm not a Heat fan. It's about coaching. Kuzma, MVP, rising star. Cool. Yes, it's about coaching and defense. I'm excited, though, man. I'm excited. They going after players that got the right characteristics, not just because they on a big board saying that they look at all their stats and this is where they projected to go. I had the most tackles in college history. Yeah, but your eyes suck. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's something about people with tackles to me. You know how they be like, oh, he led the league in tackles? It's some stats that I really don't pay attention to, y'all. I don't really give tackles a lot of credit. Let me tell y'all why. Because, like linebackers, I led the league in tackles with linebackers, but nobody talked about how you had the worst defensive line in the NFL and how the run game always got to the second level, and that's why you got a lot of tackles. It's a lot of different stuff, man. These stats, man, that's why I love when I hear stuff from them. They not talking about no stats. They're not talking about a top player that's projected this and that because of this and that. They talk about hands, eyes, and feet. Hands, eyes, and feet, man. What are your kids' name? Man, Coonan family. Shout out to you, man. Yanaj, Tony Jr., Peyton, Camden, and Carter. Well, Carter Camden, if you want to go in order. But yeah, all my babies, man. They should be asleep. They better be asleep. I know you've been hearing Brissett rumors. I saw it like 5 times today. This is the season for nothing but rumors, man. TD, you're so right. Stats are garbage, man. That's what. And then they asked me why I'm. They call it hating. They asked me why I be hating on Mahomes. I mean, like, ain't nobody hating on Mahomes. It's y'all. Y'all the ones hating. Talking about 50 touchdowns, 5,000 yards. Somebody who got 6 seconds to throw the ball on average. Come on, man. Killing me, man. Hold on, y'all. I'm pulling something up real quick. TD, what I miss? Nothing, man. Nothing but the truth. Nothing but the truth, man. Just go check it out. Hit that rewind. It's been a lot of talking. A stat is a stat, though, TD. He can make the tackle or not make the tackle. A tackle is a tackle no matter how you get it. No? I will say no. A tackle is not a tackle no matter how you get it. I am proud that you stopped the run from a guy getting to your level and he right in front of you. I am happy you got another tackle. That's just how it works. Now, okay, a tackle is a tackle. But how you evaluate a player, you're a fool if you say you were a scout. You're a fool if you go type in most tackles and you just go get the top 10. First of all, you're a bad scout because you ain't supposed to be looking for players at the top because everybody already know about them. You're supposed to be looking at the player that, if the top tackles had 100, where's the player that had 90 that came from a small school? That played big competition too sometimes. Different stuff like that. You're supposed to, come on, it's not the same. It's not the same. There's more exposure. So you mean to tell me if you're a middle linebacker and I'm a middle linebacker and you got the best defensive line in football and I got the sorriest defensive line in football, you had 100 tackles this year and I had 50, that mean that you better than me? Yeah, TD, I had 100 and you had 50. Oh, but you got 100 out of the 300 tackles you could have got. You came in contact with 300 people, but you had 100 tackles. I came in contact with 100 people. I had 50 tackles. I'm 50%. You're 33%. That's why numbers can be misleading. One of the biggest things you got to pay attention to when you look at numbers is the sample size or the ratio. You have to look at that extra set of numbers. That's the difference. That's the stuff that fools people. If you don't know numbers and you're not good with math, that's the type of stuff that'll fool the general mind. He had 100 tackles where he had 50, but you're not talking about he missed 200 tackles. He got 100 out of 300. I missed 50 tackles. I got 50 out of 100. Do the math. If I would have had 300 opportunities, I'm on pace for 150 tackles. You got to know numbers, man. Sample size. It's just like when they be on the news and TV talking about taking polls. This poll says that this person ain't going to win. Who did you survey? His or her opposition? That matters. It matters. It matters, man. So I'm telling y'all, man, you can't look at numbers like that. You got to understand sample size. You got to understand ratios. You got to look at all the underlying data that they don't want to show you. That's where the fake media really, in sports, they can give you whatever they want. They could throw a stat out there, but they don't tell you the full picture of what's going on. That's the crazy part about it. Yeah, I felt good for a moment. The guy just isn't consistent. I'm interested in who the reserves will be. When we lost guys last year, we didn't have quality depth whatsoever. You can't have quality depth, FM, because you got too many bloated contracts. Look at what Rashad Jones getting. Look at what we paying Tannehill. We were giving Quinn $10 million. Wake was getting another, 9 or 10? Bobby McCain had 8. Minka a rookie, but he took 7. Tannehill took a big chunk. Kilgore and Sitton took, I believe, about 8 each. And they got hurt. TJ McDonald contract. I mean, Devontae Parker, not 10, 11 million. Kenny Stills, 10 million. Amendola, 7. You paying everybody premier dollar at their position. Think about it. The Patriots would only give Amendola 5, so he came to Miami for 7. We overpaying by $2 million. Devontae Parker should have been traded him, but no, you want to go ahead and take that $10 million hit this year. Kenny Stills, $11 million. If your line sucks, we wasting money on him. We need Kenny Stills, but since the offensive line sucks so bad, quarterback can't even throw it to him. You'd have been good off having a normal wide receiver at $7 million. Bloated contracts, man. Rashad Jones getting all that money. There's talent out there you could have paid $3 million less for. It's just we know Rashad Jones and we already got him, so you got to pay him. Give him his extra $3 million in. And y'all wonder why we never have depth. Because it's the extra $2 million to this player, the extra $3 million to that player, the extra 1.5 to this player, the extra this and that to that player. For all y'all who be out there talking about pay the man on every situation when it comes to a salary. We can't let our best talent go. Pay the man. You don't know football. You don't know football. 7s and 8s, TD, like you called it. My point exactly. You don't know football. You already got about 12 positions on the team that you pay an average of $2 million more than you should. Facts. Facts. You already got about 10, 11, 12 different positions on the team that you already pay an average of about $2 million more than you should. Facts. You're over on what you should by about $24 million on their roster. You know what $24 million can do for a team? They can go get you at least 6 really good, solid backups. Average of $4 million on the contract. But no, we got to settle for the players for $800,000. We got to have all the second, our backups all got to be making 1.2. Like, and that's good. That's what our backups dealing with, making like 1.2, 890,000 with a few incentives. And y'all get mad at the organization. Well, we can't get better backups because you yelling about but making sure we keep this better. This one that's already on our roster. It's ridiculous, man. Talking real football, not this fan emotion driven football. I don't do that over here. I don't do that fan emotion. Oh, pay the guy. I'm paying him for. It ain't your money, TD. Pay the guy. What are we here for? If you're not going to own the team like it's yours when you talk about them, then what are you here for? Some of y'all might have forgot. If you haven't checked out the front of my YouTube page, it says TD Fins Talk. But that ain't all it say. Can somebody please in the comment section put what else it say? It say TD Fins Talk, but it say one more thing that's very important to me, man. And I truly believe it. It says one more thing. Can anybody tell me what that is? Can anybody tell me what it is? I know we got somebody out there. Come on now. Come on. Home of the real Dolphin fans. Home of the real Miami Dolphin fans, y'all. So if you don't talk about this team as if you are the owner or if you aren't the GM, then what you doing it for? You got to talk in those terms. Not as a fan, just sitting here talking about, oh, sign the man. Antonio Brown available. He wants to come to Miami. Give him whatever he wants. Then Antonio Brown get hurt, and we like, why we got this bum running back, man? Why we can't have no depth? Why we ain't got a good backup? Why didn't we keep Balaj? Because you had to scrap somebody in order to bring in that money. I'm talking about Balaj. I'm talking about wide receivers or whatever. But no, man. I got to get out of that mind frame. You got to think about this as an organization. That's the beauty of football, y'all. That's the beauty of it. It's so much involved. The front office got to be right. The coaches got to be right. The owner got to be right. The players got to be right. The players got to be right together. The players got to have certain characteristics that make them right. And we got to put it together. We got to work on our strengths. We got to work on our weaknesses. We got to do this. We got to do that. It's so much to do to make a winning team. But we got some comfortable people in the building now. We got some people who know what to do now. They know what it takes to win. And anybody who comes against that, you out of here. Oh, don't get me wrong. Don't think we ain't going to cut one or two people within the next 2 years. Somebody y'all didn't expect for us to cut. Don't be shocked if a Kenyon Drake is out of there. Don't be shocked that in the middle of a season if a Rashad Jones is gone. Don't be shocked. I'm telling you. Do not be shocked, man. Stanleyville, man, you're right. I haven't been here for a minute. Shout out to TD. Shout out to you, Stanley. Thanks, Carlos. It's not all Tannehill's fault. The best move the Dolphins made this offseason was getting rid of Tannenbaum. He destroyed the Jets and also destroyed us. We were already destroyed. He just kept us there. Why is a Pats fan in this page? Because plenty of people are over here, man. They checking out the AFC East. Seeing what's going on. I think they'll figure it out. Yeah, I believe so, TD. Will you talk about the Canes on this channel, or should it be on the TD Sports Talk channel? It'll be TD Sports Talk, but I don't talk about the Canes. I don't talk about the Canes, man. I'm a little depressed with the Canes right now. I'm a diehard Canes fan too, but I'm just saying, man, I miss us being who we were. So I'm just waiting on that to happen. I'm invested in the Dolphins. The Canes, I love, but I'm invested wholeheartedly in the Dolphins. Tannenbaum. I knew what he meant. Because we run the NFL, I can go wherever I want and say whatever I want. Got 6. Wow. TD, is T Hill staying or going? You gonna ask me something the coaches don't even know yet? I'm just sitting back waiting to see what happens. Then if he goes, everybody gonna be like, TD, you don't know what you're talking about. I told you he was going. I never say he wasn't going. I just said I don't think it would be a good idea if he did. I like that TD invested. You are too, Rip. You always on here right now, man. Some of them fans just like us. Pats fans got the right to troll too. Yeah, that's true. They can hold on to that Miami Miracle though. That was their last loss. At least we can hold on to that. When we see him next year, we're gonna give him another one. He's staying, not UFM. I think a bridge QB is perfect. A bridge QB. I don't know what that is. TD, how many years do we give Coach Flores to turn things around if we don't win in 2 years? Should he be fired? We gave Gase 3 years. There is no time frame on Flores, baby. You know why? He's the only coach out of the 8 coaches that was hired this year that got all 5 years guaranteed. All 5 years of the contract guaranteed. He already walking in the door making power moves. He walking in the building. What's up? 5 years guaranteed walking through. Excuse me. Oh, you don't like me? I'm guaranteed you're not. 5 years guaranteed. Ain't no timeline on him because ain't nobody worrying about that. They just worrying about coaching, building a winner. Now, I know you good. I don't know the Kyler Murray. Another one. You mean we beating them twice? Yeah, I was just saying to start out the year, we're going to beat them, give them that first one, give them something to think about, then we're going to do it again. A bridge QB, someone to hold it down while we figure out which QB to draft. I don't believe in bridge QBs. I think franchises that get bridge QBs are idiots. Let me tell you why. Think about it. Hypothetical, right? Say you draft a wide receiver this year, just hypothetical. And you cut all your wide receivers, but you feel this is the guy and you want to develop him. But you go get a bridge, QB. How are you going to evaluate the talent of your receiver with a bridge QB? How are you going to evaluate your talent? That's why I don't believe in tanking either. How are you going to evaluate the young talent on your team if you tank and put them in positions to where they're not going to be their best anyway, and that's why we lose? So you're not evaluating the talent. You have to constantly evaluate the talent. You have to. So I don't believe it. I don't believe in none of that. I don't. Please, guys, stop it. We are not going to trade up and give up picks. It's not going to happen. Listen to Flores. Listen to Greer. They've already said it. Oh, I never said we were going to move up. If anything, we're moving down. And go get more picks. Do you think Dolphins franchise James? Man, it's 3 players we can talk about will they franchise right now. But this year, James, they might, man. They might. They might. Do you think we should keep sitting? I already told y'all, if I had it my way, which I don't think is the smartest way because it's still risky, but if I had it my way because I want to see us win every year and just go after it, I would talk to Kilgore and Sitton because those are journeymen. And when I say journeymen, they just want to last in the NFL. They want to play as much as they can in the NFL and make as much money as they can before they know their ultimate day of being gone is there. So I would literally call them in the office and say, instead of giving you the $7 million this year, because we're probably going to part ways because we can't afford to just be giving you $7 million, especially being injury prone. Look what it did to us last year, and that's a prime example, y'all. You got 32-year-old some linemen you giving $7 million, knowing that their market is about $4.5 million. But they definitely came to Miami, and we paid them extra because we wanted to do a little better on the line. And we did a little better on the line. We were winning with that line. Then they got hurt, though. And this is what I'm talking about with overpaid players on our roster. Kilgore and Sitton, both of them are worth about 25 to 30% less than what we pay them on the market. This is a fact. 32, 33, or 34-year-old offensive lineman, even with good production today. They worth about $4 million. 4 to 5. We giving them 6 and 7. And then you look at Cam Wake. Let's keep it 100. A 30, I forgot his age, but up there, he in his 30s, year-old defensive lineman that we just paid $9 million when technically it should have been about 6. This is what we do. This is what we do. We got to stop doing that. But if you can bring a Kilgore and Sitton in, because their value is even less coming off of an injury being their age. That's what y'all don't understand. Hell, to be honest, some of them were hurt before they came to us. We took the chance that they would bounce back. And they did. But they got hurt again. So I would call them in the office, Kilgore and Sitton, and I would say, listen, we're not extending your contract for next year for $7 million. But listen, you can help us on your way out of the NFL. And we can sign you on a 2-year deal worth about $5 million. Not each year combined, about 2.5 each. You might get those guys to go with that. And if you can get Kilgore and Sitton on a 2.5 each, and if they don't want it, to sweeten the deal, guarantee the whole thing. Coming off of an injury. They already established in Miami. They probably like the city, like what the new thing had, what it's done for them. And you're giving me 2 more football years. See, it's more about getting 2 more football years than the money for them. $2.5 each. That's where you're winning. And you ain't paying those guys to be the starter. If they have to start, so be it. But now you have not good, not solid, but great replacements, man. You got guys that could start. They just older. You got guys that could start. Somebody said, how old is Josh Sitton? Let me check it out. I forgot. Josh Sitton. age. Let's see. Josh Sitton is 32 years old. Daniel Kilgore. Daniel Kilgore is 31. 31. He'll be 33 next season. Daniel Kilgore will be 32 in December during the season. But this is what I would do. I would literally go get those guys on real friendly deals for 2 years. They still got, we're going to finish your career right here in Miami. Can you do that for us? And if negotiations get tough, maybe you can just stretch it to 3 or 3.5. But you're saving a lot for some great quality backup that's starting material. And they might start. But make sure the guy that you're bringing in as young in the draft, he's a start type player. And if he ain't working out yet in off season, we drafted him in the first round or we drafted him in the second round. He's good, but we got to develop him to be NFL ready. Then start Kilgore, and that's Kilgore's backup, developing. Or, hey, he's good enough. Then start the new guy, and Kilgore's the backup. That's what we have to do. That's why I'm not so giving up on these older guys right now, but not at the money we're giving them. We're overpaying most of the older guys on average about $3.5 million more than we should. Y'all think it's a coincidence that they come to Miami? Daniel Kilgore and Josh Sitton have been great NFL players in their career. You think they came to Miami just because? No, Miami was one of the highest bidders. Period. Sitton and Kilgore. I'll go out on the limb to say if it was 15 other teams that offered them the money that we offered them, they wouldn't be in Miami. Most people wouldn't even offer in half of what Miami offered. But we offered it. And where you think they gonna end up? Where you think they gonna end up? Robert Quinn, you see the money we gave him? Nobody wanted to offer Robert Quinn that money. Can't wait. If we was offering Can't Wait fair dollars, Can't Wait wouldn't have done his last 3 years in Miami. It's Can't Wait. Pay the man. That's why when he gets to that table for at the free agency signing, I want y'all to go back and watch the film of every year Can't Wait signs his new deal with Miami. I want y'all to go back and watch it every single time. I guess I got another year or two here. Did y'all just hear what I said? Think about the thought process to say those words. I guess I got another few years. That's, hey, y'all offering me more than anybody else, so I'm definitely staying. That's what I hear. I don't hear, I'm glad to be staying in Miami. No, I don't hear none of that. I guess I got another, I guess I'm going to be here a little longer. Go back and watch the film. Every single time Cam Wake signed his new deal. I tell you no lie. Go look at the words he used. Every time. I ain't talking, this wasn't just one time I saw it. Go back and watch it. Just type in YouTube, Cam Wake signs new deal or contract. You're going to be shocked at the words he said. Man, we wasted money out there, y'all. But I think that would be the best deal for us. Kilgore and Sitton, bring them back, try to sit them down in the office, offer them a 2-year deal to end their career because they coming off of an injury. They know that they may not even get picked up by anybody. If they do get picked up, they're going to be on a 1-year deal. They that close to being out the door. Now they fighting for a position in that team anyway. They might even get cut right before the season start. If it ain't looking the greatest off of the injury. Now just keep them in Miami. We know what they're capable of. We got a picture of it. Let them heal 100%. Go get your young talent, and you let those guys duke it out. If the young talent is ready, then we still got good backups. If the young talent still ain't ready, they need to develop, well, we got the good players that the young talent can step in their spot when they are ready. That's what I call a winning plan in that situation. That's what I would do. Because if you cut those guys, then not only do you need 2 starting guards, you still need 2 backup guards. Do y'all know that we need 7 players on the offensive line right now? That's the crazy thing, and I'm not even talking about Tunsil. We have to sign 7 players this year on the offensive line. Tunsil got his spot. We got to see if we can sign Juwan James and lock him down. We need a right guard. We need a left guard. We need a center. We need a backup guard. We need a backup center. That's 6 right there. And I ain't even talking about Laramie Tunsil's replacement, because we know we got the worst in the league. When Laramie Tunsil goes out, who plays over there? That's another person we got to sign. People, y'all better pay attention. It's a lot we need. That's 7 people we need on the O-line. We can say 8 if we need Juwan James replacement, but I'm not saying that because we just need a tackle that can do dual just in case. We actually need to sign 7 offensive linemen this offseason. You don't look Jesse Davis at guard. I think you meant like. Jesse Davis wasn't consistent enough. Jesse Davis didn't hold his own enough. Jesse Davis would be a good lineman if the rest of the guys around him was good. And I like that too. I like that too. I like that option. But I don't like, you ain't no starter if that's what needs to happen. You're not a starter if that's what needs to happen. And you might not be the guy for this team if that needs to happen. But sometimes you got to do that. So, I'm not ruling that out. Not ruling it out at all. But we got more to do than people realize. And that would be a quick way to do it. Sitting in Kilgore, go ahead and get them on new deals. Small ones. We ending your football career, but we're going to give you 2 years. You could have that assurance. Maybe even guarantee their contract. Hell, it's only 2 per. If you get bit, it's going to hurt, but still, it's a lot more manageable than you paying them 7 per. And wondering why we can't afford any backups. There's money to be saved all over the field, y'all. Kilgore and Sitton, we can save money and keep them, in my opinion. Tannehill, we can save money and keep them, in my opinion. I go out on a limb to say Devontae Parker, we could save a lot of money and keep him if we want to keep him. Y'all don't think Albert Wilson's in the same situation? The team got an option, I believe. Remember, all those guys did 2-year deals. Amendola, same thing. We got a lot of money out there that we can play with. We do. Hell, you can even look at Kenny Steele's situation. He get about 10 per year. But based off of his age, let me look at how old is Kenny Steele's now. Because he's only going to get one more big deal if he produces. Kenny Steele's age. Kenny Steele's 26. That's the guy that you want to call in right now and go ahead and work on his new deal. That's the guy you want to try to lock down for another 4 years. Veteran receiver that ain't no problem, still got speed and does his job. That's the guy you want to bring in and see if you can get a discount now by giving him a contract a year early, redoing it. Save about $2 million per year, but you're giving him more years. Go from 11 million a year and bring it down to 9. But you're getting more years. Players looking for years. And how much is that guaranteed? Oh, that many? Okay, I'll sign. That's what they're looking for. They just want to be in this league and know that they can play. Know that they ain't going to get booted the next week. Sometimes they look at how long the contract is more than how much is on it. Because how much on it ain't always good. When they cut you, you don't even see most of it. We have 3 good safeties. My point exactly. Same thing with Rashad Jones. Hell, I think he's taking a $19 million cap hit next year. I'll walk him right up in that office. Because he's getting an average of 12 per year. He did the same thing Tannehill did. And he took less early and getting more late. 12 million per year? I call Rashad Jones right in that office. Hey, we willing to keep you around even longer. Hold on, let me see how old is Rashad Jones now. Let me make sure before I speak. Let's see. Rashad Jones. Age. Let's see. He's 30. No. Oh no. No. 30. Let me see when his birthday is. It on here? February 25th. He's about to be 31. No. When the season starts, he'll be 31 and a half. No. But he still can play good football. Hell, I'll call Rashad Jones and open. Now, we're going to have to pay him this year, but you can use it to your benefit. Hey, Rashad, we know you still got it. We know you can still play. How about a 3-year deal? You be out this league at 34, but we'll give you a 3-year deal. An average of $8.5 million each year, or $8 million each year. He might take it. They'd be like, so you mean $24 million over the next 3 years? He might take it. Instead of the cap hit of 12 this year from an annual standpoint, at least. And then just let him walk in free agency. Man, I might even say $7 million. 3 years, 7 per. 3 years, 21 million. He might take it. Because ain't nobody going to offer him no 3 or 4 year deal being 31 years old. Nobody finna offer him no 3 or 4 year deal. And even if they did offer him a 3 or 4 year deal, here's the man. Here he knows, his agent knows. Here's the bad part about it. I don't care if they said 3 year, 30 million. He know that he ain't gonna see the last year of that. Because they gonna cut him. They just making it look good for the contract's sake. He might not even see next year. I mean, the year after this one. He might only get that one. That's why in a 3 year, 30 million, they'll be like 13 million guaranteed. So if we decide to cut you, we only take a 3 million hit next year. You got to look at that guaranteed money and then say how many years is the guaranteed money. Oh, he got a 5-year deal, but only 3 years guaranteed worth the money. $100 million contract, 60 million guaranteed on a 5-year. Oh, so really they only want to commit to 3 years, and then they'll see after that because they can just cut them and say, hey, it's crazy, man. Please forget about Nelson, Finsdale with Matthew. Colts ain't trading him. What the hell? Are you trolling, bro? I feel you, TD. Man, listen, man. I know it's getting late again, man. We done been about 2 hours, but I'm excited about our future. I love the new coaching staff, man. I'm about to get out of here, y'all. Give me some rest. Got a long day tomorrow. Got a lot of places. Got to go donate a lot of stuff from the house to charities and stuff like that we're not going to be taking with us to Florida. So got a long, busy day tomorrow, man. Got a lot of stuff packed up and things we want to donate to charity and a lot of toys and all kind of stuff, man. But we'll see. But guys, this TD Fans Talk, man. And y'all check Fins Daily with Matthew out, man. He started his little Dolphins YouTube channel. And hey, if he put in, like I told him, he put that work in, he gonna be right, he gonna blow up. So I'm rooting for you, Matthew, man. Keep doing what you're doing. I liked your first 2 videos you put up the other day. But yeah, man, this TD Fins Talk, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm about to hit the bed and go to sleep. But hopefully y'all enjoyed tonight, man. I enjoyed it. These coaches got me fired up, though, man. They got me excited. We'll see, man. But all right, y'all. You're going to get season tickets. Hey, possibly. It just depends on what games I'm going to go to. Have a nice night, bro. All right, FM. All right, Matthew. I'll see y'all. Hopefully tomorrow, man, if something break. But we also got 2 new players today. Tomorrow, I'll probably bring y'all more information on that, if it's worth it or not. And listen, if TD don't come out with no news, even though it happened in Dolphin Nation, trust me, it was of no significance. But I'm gonna check out these 2 players and tell y'all what I think about it and where they're gonna fit in what we're trying to do. But hey, like I said, it's TD Fins Talk. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all love and support. Thank you everybody for donating to the channel, especially you, Vicky S. There's some crazy folks on here, I know. But we all family though, regardless. But hey y'all, love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's TD Fins Talk. Peace. I'm out, y'all.